Hello everyone. I posted pictures of these bows and you guys asked for a tutorial on them, and I don't normally do them, but I thought I'd give it a shot. This is my first video, so bear with me. This one is with 1.5" grosgrain ribbon, and this one is with the 7/8 grosgrain ribbon. Now I'm going to start with the 1.5" one, and my process might be a little bit different than the way some of you guys do it, but I find it easier to do it this way. First off, you're going to need, for 1.5", you're going to need 25 inches of one cut. You'll need 12 inches, then you'll need 10 inches, each single pieces, and then you'll need 3 at 5.5 inches for your spikes, and I'll go through all that. And of course the scissors, the heat sealing tools, and all that other stuff. But here goes. This is how I do it. I have this little deal that I made and just kind of glued a bunch of foam pieces together, and I stick a pin through it just to hold them in place. And to start off, you put the shorter of the two, so you're going to go with the 10-inch one. And I just fold them in half just to get where the middle point is. And I stick that over my pin. And it goes that way. And then you're going to go with the 25-inch piece. I speak a little fast, so I'm sorry for that. You're going to put that one over. And then what you're going to do is kind of like you would do a twisted boutique bow with the figure 8 method. You're going to take one piece and you're going to bring it over, and you kind of want it to be almost like level with this piece, and then you're going to bring the other side around and you're going to put it there. Now this is where it gets a little bit tricky because you kind of got to hold it. The video that I saw, which wasn't in English, the girl who did it there, she used glue, which I find glue a little bit stiff and hard to like make your folds. But if you like put it like this and you hold it with your fingers, you got your figure 8 method. Then you bring these tabs up just a little bit past like the end of them, so they're pretty much even. So then that one will kind of stay. If it doesn't stay, you can grab a pin and push it through just to hold it still while you get your 12-inch piece ready. And you're gonna take the 12-inch piece, and you're gonna slide it over that first pin like you did the other two, just like so, and take that pin out. And then find your middle point on your loops that stick out here, and then one comes in just like you're making a twisted boutique bow, just about. And then the other one comes in. Now my little pin deal here and all that other stuff is basically my other pair of hands. It holds everything still. And then you bring this piece up, and you bring this piece up. So now what I do is I have it all set up and together, and I just grab a hold of everything, hold it all together, and I use one of these salon clips, and I just slide it over, make sure everything's lined up in the middle. And I did not thread my needle, so I will go ahead and do that. I use upholstery thread. I find it stronger than regular thread, but it's not as thick as using the embroidery floss. So you can get a better, like, stitch on it, I guess you would say. And I do double it up, make it stronger. So that's how I find it best. And I find that things don't want to pull apart and they don't break. The string doesn't break when you're trying to pull it tight. So then I just snip this little taily off here. And then what you're going to do is just basically, you're going to stitch it up I don't exactly have an exact on how many times I go through it. I guess I go 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, maybe, depending on how you're doing it. You might need one more, one less, or whatever. So then, I take my clip off, and I got it like that. Just like you would do with a pinwheel or a boutique bow or any of those. You're just going to pull it and cinch it, and you're going to wrap a few times around. Just like so. And then tie it off. And then that would be the bottom of your bow, and this is the top of your bow. You fluff your loops, kind of fluff them in because they get a little flattened. Just like that. And then for the spikes, now I'm sure you guys all have your method for doing spikes. This is how I do mine, and it tends to be the easiest way for me to do them. So I just fold it in half so I get an even on both sides of it, heat seal it, and then I come over my little pin stabilizer again. I use this pin stabilizer thing a lot. I find it so much easier. It's like another pair of hands. It holds everything right in place where you want it until you're ready to take it off. So then again, I do the same thing with my spikes as I did with the other bow, is I just pick them all up together once I get them in the position that I want them. Take my little clip. And then sometimes I will bend them down just to make sure that they're even. So when I'm sewing it, I don't have one side that's longer than the other. And then I just go through just like before. And then pull tight. Your little spike movement there. Tie it off a couple of times just to make sure it's secure. And then give a little wiggle, flatten them out some. And then just on the back side, put a little dab of glue to put your spikes on with them. And then just make sure that's on there. And then I use 3/8 inch ribbon. I keep all my scraps because you never know how big or small of a job you're gonna need. So I'm gonna make sure they're all heat sealed, and then I just start here and put a piece there, and then wrap it around pretty tight. You want it tight because you want that center of that bow really tight, and then heat seal again, and then strings. I hate the strings. And then this is where I go through and really fluff. Once I get that 3/8 around, and really fluff them. And then I do stiffen them because I do a lot of craft shows, so mine sit in a box and then I gotta transport them. So I stiffen them so they don't flatten out on me. I hate a flat bow. Just hate them. But there's that. As you can see. I don't know if I went too fast for you guys. Like I said, first video. But that's the 1.5 inch one. Again, gotta make sure my loops are poofy. And it measures about, from end to end, it measures about 5 inches. So that's pretty much that. And then I will go ahead and show you the 7/8 one. Same process, but it just a little bit different. On the 7/8 one, you'll need 18 inches of a long one. You'll need 9 inches, then 8 inches. And I did 4 at 4.5 inch spikes for the 7/8 one because I thought it looked a little bit better than just the 3. But once again, I mean, I take something somebody else did and I watch it and then I put my own twist on it. So you can do it however you want, but this is how I liked the way it looked. So once again, fold in half, right through the middle. So it's like that. And then your long one, fold that one in half and right through the middle. And then I think I missed where I showed you before, but then twisted boutique bow, figure 8 style, right over, then this side goes back around, right over. And I missed the step to where when you have it like this, you got your, for this one you got your 8 inch piece and then you put your 18 inch piece. You want it to look like, you want it to have it right in the middle of that X basically. So you've got your X and this is right in the middle of it. So then you bring those over. Not really specific on which side you really need to pull over, just so long as they're over and they overlap. And then your longer piece, once again over the middle, and that stays like so. Find your middle of this one and then put it over, and then your middle of this one, put it over, so there, and then we're going to bring this bad boy up, and then this side, and so once again we're left with this, and I just grab a hold of all the pieces, hold in my hand, take my handy dandy salon clip, slide it over, make sure everything's all lined up, and so. Take it off my clip. And then I cinch and wrap a few times. Making sure you're still in the middle. Sometimes the wrapping gets out of hand. But then we're going to tie it off. And you got your fluffy loops, all of that, and then we go for our spikes. It's just the process. I love to have a very sharp pair of scissors in here when I'm working on this stuff. Just because it doesn't tear it or fray it, it just cuts right through. Now, if any of you guys have any easier tricks on stuff, please let me know. But these are my easy tricks. This is how I've done it over the years. And I love to do different things. I'm one of those that does only one-of-a-kind stuff. I don't duplicate. I can if I'm asked to, but I really don't like to. It's just who I am. And last one. Once again, I just move them around till I get them in a spot that I like them. A little more thread. And so. flattening out there. And then blue. What color should I do? That one's too dark. We'll go with white. Again, a little dab of blue. Wrap it around. Secure the other side. Fluff up towards the middle. And like I said, I spray them with hairspray to stiffen them up. And that's about all she wrote. So please let me know how I did. First video and all. Thank you very much for watching. And yes, give me some feedback. Thank you. Have a good day.